Good morning, you guys. Hey, it's Maria from MommyLovesTech, and we are live here in Las Vegas at the new Media Expo at the Rio Hotel. And we're so excited to be talking with Patrice Yursik. Did I say that properly?
You absolutely did. Good job.
Patrice, where are you from?
I am from Trinidad and Tobago. You can blame the Yursik on my husband, who is from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yes, my maiden name is Grell. Yes, exactly. I live in Chicago, but yes, I'm from the Caribbean. It's quite a difference.
Oh, I know, it's so dry here in Las Vegas right now.
Yeah.
Patrice, I want to quickly introduce you to some of the people that are hanging out with us in the Google Plus right now. We've got Diana, who's hanging out with us from Reno. Right here, we've got Justin, who is hanging out with us from England.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yes.
Hi.
Brighton.
Hi.
And we've got Kempton, who is in Canada. He's in Calgary.
Hi.
We're so international.
We are. That's the beautiful thing about Google Plus. It's from all over the world.
It's like everybody's everywhere. That's great.
And Kim is in Kansas City.
Hey.
And we've got Kyle, who's in Milwaukee, and Trev, who is also in England. He is in Yorkshire.
Cool.
There's Trev.
Hi, everybody.
So you guys, we are here at the new Media Expo, and basically this is sort of where all of the bloggers come to meet. This is where content meets commerce.
Exactly.
And what brought you, Patrice, to the blog world?
I'm here as a speaker. This is my first ever year. I was familiar with blog world, but my space is a little bit more in, I'm into fashion and beauty and natural hair. So most of the conventions that I've spoken at before have been focused on that. So when they invited me to speak, I was kind of like, this is so techie. What am I doing here? What do you want me to talk about? But my speech, my presentation is tomorrow, and it's going to be on how to build a big brand from a simple blog.
Oh.
Yeah, so my blog is, as I said, about hair and fashion. I've been doing it for 6 years.
And let's tell everybody your website. It's Afrobella.
Afrobella.com.
And how long have you had that up?
6 years. I started it in 2006, August 13th. 2006.
And I know that you guys have some questions. Maybe if you do, please get my attention, or Dennis, if you see them getting my attention on the Google Plus, will you let me know if they have a question? And we can definitely convey it to Patrice. But I do want to know, so when did you realize that you could monetize or make a living off of your blog?
The monetization started for me pretty early. I'm lucky in that I started my blog at a time where there were not a lot of people in my specific area of interest. So 6 years ago, nobody was writing about natural hair, and at least nobody was putting a face on the movement. So I was lucky enough to be one of the first people to really be like, hey, not every woman of color wants to use chemical straighteners to change the texture of their hair. Some of us like our hair the way it is, and some of us are trying to figure it out. So that's where that kind of started. I signed up with Glam. Well, Glam approached me 5 years ago, and I've pretty much been with them ever since. And I quit my job 3 years ago.
Oh,
no,
wow.
wait, coming up on 4 years, because it was right at the inauguration of Barack Obama, so we're coming up on another 4. Right. So that was it. I quit my job, and we moved to Chicago, and this thing is full-time.
Wow,
So,
good for you. Congratulations.
thank you so much.
This was a huge event. I mean, there are so many bloggers from all over the world.
Yeah.
Kim, you spend all of these guys spend a lot of their time online and on blogs. Kim, what is your question?
As you can see, I love natural hair too.
Yes, you
do.
Represent.
And what trends do you see happening in the this year as far as natural hair is concerning?
It's interesting because I see a lot of it's become a little saturated, and I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I think there's a lot of natural hair information out there right now. It's almost redundant sometimes. I see the people who are really in it for the long term and who aren't seeing it as a trend staying, and I see a lot of people kind of falling off to the side because a lot of people are getting into it for this hope of sponsorship and hosting events and making money, and there's not enough for everyone, and not everybody has to do the same thing. So I see a lot of, YouTube is probably the biggest platform right now for natural hair bloggers, vloggers. That's something that I'm trying to be better about. I'm not a video person. I get very shy about it.
Really?
I know.
You have the face for it.
Everybody tells me that. Everybody's like, you're great, and you should talk, and you should. I'm like, what do I say when I'm just looking at a camera? It's something.
You're doing it now.
Rich irony, I know. It's something that I have to work on within myself to just feel. But I'm a writer. You know what I mean? I always would rather write, and it's sad, but the way that the world is going is people want to watch stuff more than read stuff. So I'm trying to find a way to balance those two things. I see that becoming a little bit more of a trend in the natural hair space. A lot of people want to be hostesses and spokespeople and representatives, and the brands are really starting to seek us out. So it's an interesting time to be in that space for sure.
It is. It really is. I think we're at the forefront, don't
Yeah.
you think? I mean, we're really coming at it in the beginning. So it's exciting for all of us
Yeah.
who are entering into the vlogging sphere.
Absolutely.
Does anyone else have a
Patrice,
question?
can I ask
Yes.
a question?
Kim, sure, go ahead.
So Patrice, I love the name Afrobella. Now, how did you go through the process to create a branding? Or did you change different brands over time, or you came up with Afrobella right away?
It was a very whimsical evening, I'll tell you. It was, I worked in print media for a while, so I worked at a newspaper in Miami that was called the Miami New Times. It's part of the Village Voice media chain. And I was just kind of strung out on my job. It was a relentless kind of thing, you know, deadlines every week. And because I edited my section, I wanted that creative freedom to write my own stuff. I had a friend who was really into kind of pimping the internet and buying these domain names and, like, you know, those websites when you look for something and it's just a bunch of ads. He would do that. And he was like, oh, but you actually have things to say. You should have a blog. So we sat around at my place. It was my friend Aaron, myself, and my husband. We were drinking wine and we were talking. And he was like, you should have a blog. What would your blog be about? And I was like, natural hair and women of color who love makeup and plus size fashion and all of these things that are being overlooked by the mainstream. And he was like, well, what would it be called? And I knew I wanted it to be beautiful in a variety of languages. So I wanted everybody to know that it meant beautiful. So I thought Bella right away.
Yeah, that's pretty international. We all know Bella.
Exactly. Everybody knows Bella means beautiful. So I was like, okay, Coco Bella, what can I say to mean everything? And my husband was actually the one who looked at me and said Afrobella. And that was it. We went on GoDaddy and we bought the domain, and that was August 13th, 2006. That was exactly that day. I stayed up all night trying to teach myself HTML because I had never done this before, and things were different then.
I still don't know what HTML is.
You know what?
You don't have to know HTML.
You don't have to anymore. It was so intuitive. Now it's just like putting up an email or something, and everything is right there, and there's all these little things for you to click. But then it was like, okay, caret A equal, like,
Yeah, I remember the old school web development days. I don't miss it.
No, I don't miss it at all. I had to teach myself how to put in a plugin and all of this stuff. But I mean, it was so exciting, and it was my own thing. And you know, I mean, you work so hard I think you work harder for yourself than you work for anybody else.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
So that's been my journey.
Now, this is your first time to New Media Expo, because okay, it is. How do you like it so far?
It's really cool. It's very different. As I was saying, I normally wind up at these very female-centric blog conventions, or like my last big presentation thing that I did is I gave a TEDx talk in Trinidad, which is where I'm from. And it's always different. You wind up in different, you know. So I'm just looking around here, and I'm like, there's such a
it's a wide mix.
It's a wide mix. Everybody is very knowledgeable. Everybody is very into. I have a lot to learn here. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? When I go to something like a Blog Her or Blogalicious or Blogging While Brown, for me, it's almost like a family reunion. Everybody knows me. I know everybody, and we all know what we're talking about. And here, it's like I have so much to learn, and there's so many new people, and it's exciting.
What are your expectations? Who do you want to see that are here?
Okay, so at 10:30, which I don't know. Oh,
it's coming up. It's in 5 minutes. So
5 minutes.
We've got to go. Yeah.
Well, hopefully I make it.
No, you'll make it.
But the thing is, if I don't make it, they're all online, right? So if I can't see it now, I'll see it later. So no worries, no pressure.
Guys, if you're watching, I mean, check out New Media Expo online.
New Media University, right?
Check out all of the speakers that are going to be here today. There's Guy Kawasaki.
His was really good.
The Winklevoss twins are here.